as usual, Republicans are really acting fucking childish, and it's the performative bullshit that they're doing with Ketanji Brown Jackson is fucking, it's par for the course, man. Ooh, nice. Obi-Wan says, I said it earlier, but Ketanji is killing it. She is just guilty of being too compassionate and believing in rehabilitation. Proud of Biden for nominating a true lefty and not some centrist. Based. Yes. Yes, I agree.
The spotlight in Washington today was once again on President Biden's pick to join the Supreme Court. As John Yang reports, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson faced hours of questioning from the Senate committee looking into her record.
This meeting of the Senate Judiciary Committee will come to order.
Senate Judiciary Committee Republicans sought to build a case today that Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson is unfit for the High Court. Armed with a stack of books, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, a former and likely future presidential candidate, said the Washington, D.C. private school on whose board Jackson sits promotes critical race theory, a hot-button issue for
Okay, so let's clear this up right now. I am not a fucking educator. Yeah, I'll give you some more volume on this one. I noticed that too. I'm not an educator, but it doesn't take rocket science, a rocket scientist to go and figure out what exactly critical race theory is. For fuck's sake, people, critical race theory is a fucking graduate level fucking course. Graduate level. You are not learning about this shit in elementary school. What they are teaching in elementary school is basically racial sensitivity training. That's something that everybody should learn, no matter who the fuck you are. There's a lot of people that need that shit. It's age-appropriate racial sensitivity training. So it's not like they're getting some fucking over-theorized view or being indoctrinated. It's just basically be good to people who look different than you. Like, that's not a fucking problem. Yeah, it's a theory to evoke discussion in post-grad studies. Exactly. So, just want to clarify that, because I'm so sick of hearing this fucking bullshit about CRT being in every school. It's just simply not. It never has been. It probably never will be, because it's not suited for an elementary school grade classroom or a junior high school classroom, or probably even a high school classroom, unless they're maybe in like their senior year. Maybe they've done a bunch of extra work. Maybe they already have college credits, or, you know, or aiming for a specific degree or some shit. I don't know. So that's my take on it. But let's see what good old Ted Cruz has to say. Teddy Cruz.
conservatives.
Is critical race theory taught in schools? Is it taught kindergarten through 12th?
Senator, I don't know. I don't think so. I believe it's an academic theory that's at the law school level.
I find that statement a little hard to reconcile with the public record, because if you look at the Georgetown Day School's curriculum, it is filled and overflowing with critical race theory.
I understood you to be addressing public schools. Georgetown Day School, just like the religious school that Justice Barrett was on the board of, is a private school.
Okay, so you agree critical race theory is taught at Georgetown Day School?
I don't know, because the board is not, the board does not control the curriculum. The board does not focus on that. That's not what we do as board members, so I'm actually not sure.
Jackson defended her judicial record and said she rules.
Do you see what an asinine question that was, though? What the fuck did that have to do with anything? Absolutely fucking nothing. And he fucking knows it. The dude was an attorney. He was being considered for the Supreme Court at one time. He's very highly educated. He knows what he's saying is bullshit. He fucking knows it. He knows it. He's doing it for clout. He's doing it for votes. If he were a Twitch streamer, we'd say he's doing it for fucking clicks. That is all. That's the end of the story. He knows he's full of shit. He knows he's a bad actor. He's nothing more than a Trump sycophant ready to suck on the dick of the next guy that's going to be bigger than him, that he hopes will springboard his career into the White House or some other fucking noble fucking position higher up than where he's at is his in his senatorship. Although, fuck, dude. At this rate, I don't know if Texas will ever get rid of that motherfucker. And Texas, you got some work to do, all right? No offense, Obi-Wan, because I love you, man, but I think you know. I think you know.
With neutrality.
I am acutely aware that as a judge in our system, I have limited power, and I am trying in every case to stay in my lane.
Responses to a number of the questions.
Republicans, like Texas Senator John Cornyn, pushed back.
But where you've deferred answering, saying you want to stay in your lane and not be seen as a policymaker, would you agree with me that one of the most important questions under our constitutional form of government and the separation of powers is who decides?
Jackson said being a federal public defender and a trial judge had helped shape her work.
I think that experience in the criminal justice system, whether, as you say, on the prosecution side or the defense side, having actual experience is an asset as a judge. You understand the way the system works, and as a defense counsel, you have
Certainly seems so, doesn't it, Mike?
interacted with defendants in a way that, as a judge,
I think it's always interesting how the right kind of drives us back into these identity politics when we start looking at the fact that we are all being horribly mistreated as a populace in terms of the ability for everybody to sustain some upward mobility, but we can't seem to get there. As soon as those conversations come up, all the dog whistles, all these fucking identity politics shit come to the surface because they try to divert our attention from that shit. And they already obviously don't like, are expressing that they actively don't like people of color, and they are expressing that they actively don't like the LGBTQIA community. So, it's of no surprise to me that they would, pull these shenanigans, both to divert attention away from the fact that we almost had a really good fucking start to like a good social welfare system for everybody, so that they can reignite the fire and the gnashed teeth in the conservative circles that love this type shit. It's like throwing them red meat, it's fucking gross. I mean, I got some heat for just having my take be it's so fucking gross, but sometimes, there's nothing else you can say. It's disgusting. It seriously is. Like, it makes me think, like, whenever I see people play these fucking games like this, I think of fucking meat rotting, because it's a rot in our society. It's a fucking rot in our society. That's what it is. There's no good faith left. Not in our fucking politics. There is no good faith. And it's fucking horrible. It's dragging our whole ass fucking country down into the shit because of motherfuckers like Ted Cruz and John Cornyn. Fucking, oh God, Madison Cawthorn, Josh Hawley. These motherfuckers are horrible.
judge, at least as a trial judge, I thought was very beneficial.
Well, if there never was any, then we need to instill some.
The largest law enforcement.
Senate Democrats used their questioning to help Jackson blunt Republican attacks.
What do you say to people who say you're soft on crime or even anti-law enforcement because you accepted your duties as a public defender?
As someone who has had family members on patrol and in the line of fire, I care deeply about public safety. I know what it's like to have loved ones who go off to protect and to serve, and the fear of not knowing whether or not they're going to come home again because of crime in the community.
Committee Chairman Dick Durbin of Illinois gave Jackson a chance to respond to the charge from Senator Josh Hawley, another potential Republican presidential candidate, that as a trial judge, she let child pornography offenders.
January 6th, fist bump Josh Hawley. Just remember that. January 6th, fist pump Josh Hawley. That's who he is. Always remember that. He should always be synonymous with that. He should always be synonymous with that fucking moment. He's January 6th fist pump Josh Hawley. That's who he is.
He's off the hook.
Could you tell us what was going through your mind at that point?
As a mother and a judge who has had to deal with these cases, I was thinking that nothing could be further from the truth. In every case, when I am dealing with something like this, it is important to me to make sure that the children's perspective, the children's voices are represented in my sentencings. These people are looking at 20, 30, 40 years of supervision. They can't use their computers in a normal way for decades. I am imposing all of those constraints because I understand how significant, how damaging, how horrible this crime is.
Jackson also sought to deflect Republican criticisms of her past representation of 4 Guantanamo Bay detainees.
Federal public defenders don't get to pick their clients. They have to represent who.
So isn't that fucking interesting? They're trying to peg that shit on her that because she defended those folks from Guantanamo Bay, knowing full damn fucking well that she didn't have a choice. They knew that she didn't have a fucking choice. All of these people are very adept to how our political systems, how our legislative, how our judicial systems work. They know full well that she didn't have a fucking choice. They know that. They fucking know that. But they're trying to pin it on her like it's her fault. That's some fucking bad faith bullshit. This is utter fucking shit. Like, these questions don't merit a fucking answer to me. I probably wouldn't fucking make it through the confirmation hearings because I'd be like, listen, motherfucker, you want to ask me some bullshit ass questions that you already know the answers to? You can go fuck yourself and shut the fuck up. Exactly. It's not like Guantanamo Bay treated those people great. And there's a lot of people in Guantanamo Bay, or that have been in Guantanamo Bay, that have not been found guilty of any fucking crime at all. As a matter of fact, there's some people in there that were fucking innocent. That they used their enhanced interrogation techniques on. Come on, give me a fucking break, dude. These people are pieces of shit. Republicans, these conservative assholes, these ones are pieces of shit because they know what the fuck they're doing. I hope they got their fucking soundbite. I hope they feel real fucking tough. And I hope they lose their fucking seats.
Whoever comes in, and it's a service. That's what you do as a federal public defender. You are standing up for the constitutional value of representation.
Tomorrow, another long day of questioning. For the PBS NewsHour, I'm John Yang.
And here to unpack developments at today's hearing are congressional correspondent Lisa Desjardins and our legal analyst Marcia Coyle of the National Law Journal. Hello to both of you. It has been a long day.
I think we got the bulk of the story. You got to listen to me rant about it for a little bit. So as you can see, this is exactly what I thought was going to happen, which is that they were going to fucking come at her with a bunch of fucking bullshit, a bunch of making accusations that they know full well there is a reasonable exclamation for. I mean, Ted Cruz is thick. Kind of looks like he could be like a roast pig or something, you know?